Hi, Dad. Okay, this is going to be kind of weird, but I'm making a video for you to show you how to make the best brown rice you've ever had. You won't miss white rice once you've had this brown rice. So what you need is a cheap brand of brown rice. This is just a Kroger brand of long grain brown rice. Measuring cup for water, spoon or spatula, maybe a little bit of oil, and of course your Instant Pot. And it's on off right now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna brown the rice first. Now, some places say to brown it for about 30 seconds to a minute. I like to actually brown mine for about 4 to 5 minutes. This almost tastes like mom's rice pilaf. It makes me think of that because you know mom liked her brown rice really kind of browned. Okay, so let me put the oil in. So I'm gonna press the saute button, and that's down here. So that's what I'm gonna use first. First saute. So a little bit of oil in the pot, not much. Press the saute button. Saute, and you see it's on 30 seconds. So this is just it's just warming up right now. So just give it some time, it'll warm up. But you can go ahead and start everything. So measure your rice. Okay, let me get scissors. Okay, so scissors. And then it's 2 cups of rice to 2.5 cups of water for brown rice. So that's about a cup. And two cups. So that's 2 cups right there. And so now we're going to spend some time just kind of stirring it. And it's not like we're actually frying it, but we are definitely sauteing it because we wanted to get a nice brown coat on the rice. It makes it kind of crispy and it gives it more of a nutty flavor. And then it's not like so gummy like brown rice can be. So once that switches to, I'll show you when it turns hot. When it's hot, that's kind of like when I put the timer on for the 5 minutes. So even though this is gonna take a little longer than like rice in the microwave or rice on the stove, perhaps, it actually is some of the best rice you will ever have. And so you can make a batch of it to keep in the fridge for the week. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I just wanted to catch you up. It's still not completely hot enough for like the saute mode, but it's still very, very hot. So make sure that you do stir it. And since it's already very hot, I went ahead and I put the timer on for 4 minutes. And that way, because you don't want to forget about it. Okay, I have to use a timer or I will forget about it. So I get distracted. So don't get distracted, use a timer. Okay, so I am now, have about a minute left of the 4 minutes, and it finally does say hot. It took a while, but it is very hot. And while that's going, and stirring it constantly, Dad, you don't want it to burn. Well, not constantly, but pretty often. And I wanted to show you what I do with the extra rice. I put it in here, my timer. I'm gonna set it for 1 more minute. I can actually hear it sizzling now. So, and it's very hot. I can hear it sizzling and it's very hot. So, let that keep sauteing. What I do with the extra rice is I just put it in a jar because I found that if I try to change the recipe a little bit, like use all of the rice and add a little bit more water, I have not been successful. So by keeping it at 2.5 cups of 2 cups of rice, keeping it at 2 cups of rice, 2.5 cups of water, that's been perfect. So I guess it's one of those things that if it's not broke, don't fix it. And then I wanted to show you the oil that I use. I use olive oil. This is from Sam's Club. Whatever you have is perfectly fine. If you're gonna pay attention to the oil that you buy, if it's an olive oil, make sure it's in a dark container. That way the light doesn't permeate. So that was another minute. So I think we're probably good here. You know, it's, you can kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell that it's already starting to get some brown on the rice. On the actual rice bit itself is getting some brown on it. So let me turn that timer off. Okay, so like I said, 4 to 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, whatever. You'll just have to play with it and see what you prefer. I know Mom always liked her rice browned, her rice pilaf, pretty dark brown, but that's pretty good. So now for the water, and I already measured 2.5 cups of water and I put it here. So just 2.5 cups of water. There we go. Just a little stir, and then the lid. Okay, so I should probably go ahead and turn it off. So I will press the off button down here. I can't show it to you. That's hot. Hold on. So actually it says cancel. So I hit the keep warm cancel button. So I stopped the saute mode. Now I'm going to put the lid on. So you hear that? There we go. And then always make sure that the vent when you're cooking like this is closed. So that would be open. Now it's closed. The vent is closed. So I push it away from the lid handle. Closed. The vent is closed. Now I'm going to set the pressure cooker for 23 minutes. Okay. Let me see if I can show you how I do that. So it still says, now it says off, and hold on, off. So now I'm going to press manual, and I'm going to go to, there's a up, there's a minus sign and a plus sign. I'm going to use the plus sign to go up to 23 minutes. So maybe I can show you. I put it on 23 minutes by using the manual button and that. And you can hear it beeping, so it will come to pressure. Once it reaches pressure, it needs the 23 minutes to cook. So the 23 minutes does not include the time that it takes to get to pressure. So realize that this could take, you know, between the sauteing of the rice and the measuring and everything, you're probably looking at a good 30 to 40 minutes. But this is good rice, and you're making quite a bit, so you'll have it for at least a few days. And I will get back to you when we get closer to being done. Okay, so Dad, the rice is still cooking, but I thought I would do a little interlude kind of thing. So it still has 14 minutes. I don't know if it will show, probably not. Okay, but so what am I going to use the rice for? Well, today I am making the rice to go with some soup, but also I have leftover rotisserie chicken. You know, you can't beat the $4.99 rotisserie chicken at Sam's Club or even Costco. So rotisserie chicken that I have left over, I've kind of shredded it up. It's over there. And so now I'm gonna slice up some carrots, and then the kids' favorite teriyaki sauce is this brand, Mr. Yoshida's, and I know you can find that at Publix. It'll be a smaller container, of course. This is, I got it at Sam's Club. But Mr. Yoshida's teriyaki sauce, just dice up the chicken, saute the carrots first. So throw the carrots into a pan, kind of after you've sliced them up, rough chop, whatever. Saute them with some chicken, then throw some of this on. Pour it over the yummy rice you're gonna have. Okay. Okay, Dad, I know that you know how to use a knife, but just in case, I'm sorry. I know you know how to do this, but just in case, when you're cutting anything, I like this kind of knife. It has a rock. You can use a rocking motion because it goes back and down. And curl your fingers under. We don't want to lose any of our parts of our fingers. So curl your fingers under, and then you can just rock it. Okay. I hope that's showing up on the video. Back and forth. So fingers under. Fingers under. And you can just move the carrot. You don't even have to move the knife. You can just move the carrot. I mean, you move the knife up and down or kind of in a rocking motion. And there. And I'll keep going. Okay, Dad, the beeper just went off on the Instant Pot. So now the rice has been cooked and it's, okay, be careful of that vent. Okay, so now it says L000, so that means it's just on low. So what the Instant Pot does when it's reached the maximum amount of time of pressure cooking is it goes into a keep warm mode or a low temperature mode, which is really awesome. Like if you forgot to set your timer and you forgot you were cooking food, it's okay. It's not gonna burn up. I love that. Okay, so anyways, so one of the things that they recommend for the brown rice is to do what's called a natural release. And what that means is that we're just gonna let it depressurize on its own. We can turn it off. And when, like right now, you can't move the lid. You can't open it because it's all too pressurized. Now, some will do what they call a 10-minute release, where they'll let it go for another 10 minutes, and then they'll push the vent open. But I'm just gonna let it sit like this, you know? If I feel like we need to eat in 10 minutes, I'll do the quick release and open up the vent so I can get to the rice. But I'm not in any hurry right now, so I'm just gonna let it go like this. And when I open it, I'll let you see inside. Okay, Dad, it's probably been about at least 10 minutes or so since the timer went off on the rice, since the rice stopped cooking. And it's 11:39 and I probably need to make lunch now. So I am gonna go ahead and do the release of the pressure. So make sure you're not anywhere near the vent when you do that. Oh, it's okay. It's gone down a lot. So just wait for the little red thing to go down. Owie, that's hot. And slowly, when you open it away from you, because that's a lot of steam coming out. I don't know if that's showing up in the camera, but okay, so let's see what our rice looks like. Let me grab a fork. Don't use a spoon, always use a fork. I don't know what Paul's doing, but he just did that. Okay, so anyways, okay, so using a spoon can kind of like mush it and make it mushy, so use a fork and just gonna fluff it like that. So fluff it up. Okay, and then that rice will be ready to eat. And maybe I'll just show you what I'm gonna do. So here's a little extra bonus. Since I cooked the rice, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing for lunch. So I have the carrots and the rotisserie chicken, and I've heated my pan to like medium. So I'm gonna throw the carrots in, saute them. I don't have any oil in the pan, I'm not worried about that. The chicken breast, like I said, I just kind of shredded that. And basically what I did is I just pulled the chicken apart with my fingers. I just pulled it apart, the chicken breast, the white meat. And you know, I think the teriyaki sauce can be a little sweet. So since I have lime trees, I will add the juice of just one little lime to this. Now, these are still a little crunchy, but I like them like that, and I know that they're going to keep cooking for a bit, so I'll just dump the chicken in. I don't know where my tongs are right now. Well, hold on. Okay, so I'll use these tongs. So, just kind of, sorry, the video is not so great. So, just kind of like warming up the chicken now at this point. So, you can throw in some like frozen peas if you want or something. Now I'm gonna add the teriyaki sauce. Hold on. So, I don't know how much I put in here, so I usually just pour it like that, pour it over. So I think it's kind of enough in there. Mix it up. And I'll add a little bit of water because it's a little thick. So just add a bit of water. And like I said, I'm adding some lime juice because I think it's a little sweet. So, okay. And just mix that all up and let that flavors kind of meld in here. And I'll let it keep cooking. It'll cook down for a little bit. Lily's not here, so this is really just enough for Philippe, myself, and Paul with the rice. So I'll get back to you. I'll let this keep cooking for another, probably took the Instant Pot out of the pressure cooker. So here it is. Just gonna grab some rice. And again, you want to fluff it. Don't use a spoon. So take that, and then I'm gonna bring it over here. I've got this cooking. This is done. This is good. There we go. And we could add a little soy sauce to this if we wanted to. Or even, you know, I've got some of these green onions I can throw on top. I know you're not a big onion fan, so I don't know if you like green onions. But anyways, Dad, I hope you like the brown rice. Love you. Bye.